Cisco is an American multinational digital communications technology conglomerate. The corporation was founded on December 10, 1984 in San Francisco, California, US by Leonard Bosack and Sandy Lerner, and to this very day the company is still alive and healthy. So, how did it become so popular? Let's find out. Origins and initial growth from 1984 to 1995. Cisco Systems was founded in December 1984 by Sandy Lerner along with her husband, Leonard Bosack. Lerner was the director of computer facilities for the Stanford University Graduate School of Business. Bosack was in charge of the Stanford University Computer Science Department's computers. Cisco's initial product has roots in Stanford University's campus technology. In the early 1980s, students and staff at Stanford, including Bosack, used technology on the campus to link all of the school's computer systems to talk to one another, creating a box that functioned as a multi-protocol router called the Blue Box. The Blue Box used circuitry made by Andy Bolchesheim and software that was originally written at Stanford by research engineer William Yeager. Due to the underlying architecture and its ability to scale well, Yeager's well-designed invention became a key to Cisco's early success. In 1985, Bosack and Stanford employee Kirk Lukid began a project to formally network Stanford's campus. They adapted Yeager's software into what became the foundation for Cisco iOS, despite Yeager's claims that he had been denied permission to sell the Blue Box commercially. On July 11, 1986, Bosack and Lukid were forced to resign from Stanford, and the university contemplated filing criminal complaints against Cisco and its founders for theft of its software, hardware designs, and other intellectual properties. In 1987, Stanford licensed the router software and 2 computer boards to Cisco. In addition to Bosack, Lerner, Lukid, Greg Satz, who was a programmer, and Richard Torino, who was a handheld sales, completed the early Cisco team. The company's first CEO was Bill Grace, who held the position from 1987 to 1988. In 1988, John Morgridge was appointed CEO. The name Cisco was derived from the city name San Francisco, which is why the company's engineers insisted on using the lowercase Cisco in its early years. The logo is intended to depict the 2 towers of the Golden Gate Bridge. On February 16, 1990, Cisco Systems went public with a market capitalization of $224 million and was listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. On August 28, 1990, Lerner was fired. Upon hearing the news, her husband Bosack resigned in protest. Although Cisco was not the first company to develop and sell dedicated network nodes, it was one of the first to sell commercially successful routers supporting multiple network protocols. Classical CPU-based architecture of early Cisco devices coupled with flexibility of operating system, iOS, allowed for keeping up with evolving technology needs by means of frequent software upgrades. Some popular models of that time, such as the Cisco 2500, managed to stay in production for almost a decade, virtually unchanged. The company was quick to capture the emerging service provider environment, entering the SP market with product lines such as Cisco 7000 and Cisco 8500. Between 1992 and 1994, Cisco acquired several companies in Ethernet switching, such as Kalpana, Grand Junction, and most notably, Mario Mazzola's Crescendo Communications, which together formed the Catalyst business unit. At the time, the company envisioned Layer 3 routing and Layer 2 Ethernet token ring switching as complementary functions of different intelligence and architecture. The former was slow and complex, the latter was fast but simple. The philosophy dominated the company's product lines throughout the 1990s. In 1995, John Morgridge was succeeded by John T. Chambers. Internet and Silicon Intelligence from 1996 to 2005. The Internet Protocol IP became widely adopted in the mid to late 1990s. Cisco introduced products ranging from modem access shelves AS5200 to core JSR routers, making them a major player in the market. In late March 2000, at the height of the dot-com bubble, Cisco became the most valuable company in the world, with a market capitalization of more than $500 billion. As of July 2014, with a market cap of about 129 billion US dollars, it was still one of the most valuable companies. The perceived complexity of programming routing functions in Silicon led to the formation of several startups determined to find new ways to process IP and MPLS packets entirely in hardware and blur boundaries between routing and switching. One of them, Juniper Networks, shipped their first product in 1999 and by 2000 chipped away about 30% from Cisco SP market share. In response, Cisco later developed homegrown ASICs and fast processing cards for JSR routers and Catalyst 6500 switches. In 2004, Cisco also started the migration to new high-end software, CRS-1, and software architecture, iOS XR, the Human Network, from 2006 to 2012. As part of a rebranding campaign in 2006, Cisco Systems adopted the shortened name Cisco and created the Human Network advertising campaign. These efforts were meant to make Cisco a household brand, a strategy designed to support the low-end Linksys products and future consumer products. One of them, on the more traditional business side of Cisco, continued to develop its routing, switching, and security portfolio. The quickly growing importance of Ethernet also influenced the company's product lines. Limits of iOS and aging crescendo architecture also forced Cisco to look at merchant silicon in the carrier Ethernet segment. This resulted in a new ASR 9000 product family intended to consolidate the company's carrier Ethernet and subscriber management business around EZ chip-based hardware on iOS XR. Throughout the mid-2000s, Cisco also built a significant presence in India, establishing its globalization center east in Bangalore for $1 billion. Cisco also expanded into new markets by acquisition, one example being 2009 purchase of mobile specialist Start Networks. Cisco continued to be challenged by both domestic competitors, Alcatel-Lucent, Juniper Networks, and an overseas competitor, Huawei. Due to lower than expected profit in 2011, Cisco reduced annual expenses by $1 billion. The company cut around 3,000 employees with an early retirement program who accepted a buyout and planned to eliminate as many as 10,000 jobs, around 14% of the 73,400 total employees before curtailment. During the 2011 analyst call, Cisco CEO John Chambers called out several competitors by name, including Juniper and HP. On July 24, 2012, Cisco received approval from the EU to acquire NDS, a TV software developer, for $5 billion US. In 2013, Cisco sold its Linksys home router unit to Belkin International Incorporated, signaling a shift to sales to business rather than consumers. And now we come to the present, which has been happening since 2013. On July 23, 2013, Cisco Systems announced a definitive agreement to acquire SourceFire for $2.7 billion. On August 14, 2013, Cisco Systems announced it would cut 4,000 jobs from its workforce, which roughly 6% starting in 2014. At the end of 2013, Cisco announced poor revenue due to depressed sales in emerging markets caused by economic uncertainty by fears of the National Security Agency planting backdoors in its products. In April 2014, Cisco announced funding for early-stage firms to focus on the Internet of Things. The investment fund was allocated to investments to IoT accelerators and startups such as the Optimus Accelerator, Isla Networks, and Everything. Later that year, the company announced it was laying off another 6,000 workers, or 8% of its global workforce, as part of a second restructuring. On November 4, 2014, Cisco announced an investment in Stratoscale, On May 4th, 2015, Cisco announced CEO and Chairman John Chambers would step down as CEO on July 26, 2015, but remain Chairman. Chuck Robbins, Senior Vice President and Worldwide Sales and Operations and 17-year Cisco veteran, was announced as the next CEO. On July 23, 2015, Cisco announced the divestiture of its television set, top box, and cable modem business to Technicolor SA for $600 million, a division originally formed by Cisco's $6.9 billion purchase of Scientific Atlanta. The deal came as part of Cisco's gradual exit from the consumer market and as part of an effort by Cisco's new leadership to focus on cloud-based products in enterprise segments. Cisco indicated that it would still collaborate with Technicolor on video products. On November 19, 2015, Cisco, alongside ARM Holdings, Dell, Intel, Microsoft, and Princeton University, founded the Open Fog Consortium to promote interest and development in fog computing. In January 2016, Cisco invested in VeloCloud, a software-defined SDWAN startup with a cloud offering for configuring and optimizing branch office networks. Cisco contributed to VeloCloud's $27 million Series C round led by March Capital Partners. In February 2017, Cisco launched a cloud-based secure internet gateway called Cisco Umbrella to provide safe internet access to users who do not use their corporate networks or VPNs to connect to remote data centers. Immediately after reporting their fourth quarter earnings for 2017, Cisco's price per share value jumped over 7%, while its earnings per share ratio increased from 60 to 61 cents per share, due in part to Cisco's outperformance of analyst expectations. In September 2017, Chambers announced that he would step down from the executive chairman role at the end of his term on the board in December 2017. On December 11, 2017, Robbins was elected to succeed Chambers as executive chairman while retaining his role as CEO, and Chambers was given the title of Chairman Emeritus. Routers reported that Cisco Systems Incorporated, CSCO.O, product revenue in Russia grew 20% in 2017, ahead of Cisco's technology product revenue growth in the other so-called BRIC countries of Brazil, China, and India. On May 1st, 2018, Cisco Systems agreed to buy AI-driven business intelligence startup a company for $270 million. As of June 2018, Cisco Systems ranked 444th on Forbes Global 2000 list with $221.3 billion market cap. In 2019, Cisco acquired CloudSherry, a customer experience management company, and Voisa, an artificial intelligence company. In 2019, Cisco also introduced the Silicon One ASIC chip with the G100 model reaching a speed of 25.6 Tbps. The Silicon One competes against the Tomahawk series by Broadcom, the NVIDIA Spectrum, the Marvell Teralynx, and Intel Tofino. In 2023, the Silicon One G200 will offer a speed of 51.2 Tbps. In March 2020, SVP and GM of Enterprise Networking David Goeckeler left to become CEO of Western Digital and was replaced by Todd Nightingale, head of Cisco Meraki. In October 2022, Cisco announced a partnership adding the Microsoft Teams app to its meeting devices. In 2022, Cisco completely curtailed sales of its equipment in Russia due to Russian invasion of Ukraine and completely discontinued service for already sold devices. In April 2023, it became known that the company had destroyed equipment, spare parts, and even vehicles and office furniture worth 1.86 billion rubles, which was about $23 million, due to the impossibility of re-exporting. In February 2023, Cisco also wrote off the debt of the Russian mobile operator MTS in the amount of 1.234 billion rubles. As expected, these are unpaid amounts for previous equipment deliveries. In 2023, Cisco announced plans to begin manufacturing equipment in India. On February 15, 2024, Cisco announced it would lay off more than 4,000 employees, or 5% of its global workforce, and lowered its annual revenue forecast due to economic challenges and reduced demand from telecom and cable service providers. On April 24, 2024, Chuck Robbins, CEO of Cisco, met with Pope Francis and signed the Rome Call for AI Ethics at the Vatican, endorsing the document's principles for responsible and ethical AI use. And there's the history of Cisco. How did it become so popular? Well, I think with them selling so many products around the world, and also them wanted to team up with Microsoft a little bit, I think that's how they became so successful and very popular, and how they're still in business to this very day. But anyways, this is where I'm going to end off this video. If you guys haven't enjoyed this video, please make sure to like button, and also don't forget to subscribe because I video every day. And also don't forget to subscribe to my other two channels as well, including Exotic Dan Walkthroughs, where I do walkthrough videos for you guys, and my other channel, Dance Plays, where I upload the RMVs with swearing in them and some exclusive content as well. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!